100 yards with several stops in the end zone. It's the Blues and the Steelers next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world steel capital of the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Chicago Blues and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. So opening drive, third down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on third down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. There they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
We all know to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And going to get this up to midfield. On second down, they'll run it here. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The numbers for Jones last week, 6 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Wide open receiver, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. He'll try again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. how do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6. Now back to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
They'll look to throw here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Second and 6. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Now this throw caught left side, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He'll find Jones again, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They'll look to throw again. A left side completion to Jones. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up a throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 2nd and 5. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz game. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. They'll drop to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 6 yards away. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, and it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. The Ravens seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. The Chiefs trying to hold on and claim victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 49. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Now they'll run it on the toss. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Second and 9 now. This complete to Jones.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Nice job. Nice patience right there. Put him on the right side. Let him work his way across. Put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Oh, he shifts past him.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. On the give, this is their fullback. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From 8 yards out.
And the Blues have come back to make it a 2-point game.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Looking middle, and he lost the football. It's going the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And now, after coughing up the football, serious concerns on that sideline. Their defense surrenders the tying touchdown to start the 3rd quarter, and now the offense follows that up by committing the turnover.
And I think you're sensing the exact same thing that I'm sensing, that the energy, much different here in the second half. We talk about it a lot, but you can feel it kind of rippling through the stadium, and it's affecting the players.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
On second down, they'll run it here.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through the completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. But now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over. For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd and 1. Pressure comes, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And as we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 62 yards.
And the Blues are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw, and that was a long touchdown of the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
He'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. If points result, we'll call this play significant.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 2nd and 4. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll look to throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he fires one that's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Holding offense.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
2nd and 15. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this offense on third down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Right back to him on first down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Man open, here is Jones. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Blues add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point forthcoming. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right, and he'll just get rid of it. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. And they'll give him another. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the defense. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth-quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Room here to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 60 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. but as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hands it off out of the gun.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Blues are on their way to a 9-0 start as they build on to their lead.
When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. So this drive spanned 7 plays and was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalpost. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
The throw over the and a loose football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win. No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take them to 4th down. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for our visitors, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to rebound next.